You may know Superman as a lovable, super strong fella who has nice, neat, short hair with his iconic curl. But did you know he had a mullet at one point? In 1992, DC Comics did the unthinkable. They killed Superman. Picture this, the 90s. DC Superman comic sales were slipping and people thought Superman was quote-unquote too perfect. This led to him losing relevance and popularity, and other publishers such as Marvel having more sales. What was DC going to do? What was the game plan? What would become of the beloved Kryptonian? Originally, DC planned to have a story where Clark and Lois would get married, giving us a happy story to hopefully boost sales. This, however, didn't happen because of the show Lois and Clark, which messed up the timeline for the comics set to release by pushing dates to fit with the show. Ultimately, DC had to cook up another plan. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, we get the idea. Let's just kill him. As a joke, of course. Why would DC ever kill Superman, right? Wrong. That's exactly what DC planned to do. Who could possibly kill Superman, you may ask? Doomsday, of course. Who else? We first see Doomsday appear in issue 17 of Superman, the Man of Steel, which acts as the beginning of this storyline. As we move on, we see Doomsday take down the Justice League in issue 69 of Justice League America. Finally, the big issue that sold over 6 million copies, issue 75 of Superman. We see Superman duke it out with Doomsday. An absolutely brutal brawl goes down up until both of them die and Lois is left with her dead Clark. See what I did there? Subtle foreshadowing, baby. So basically, no marriage, no Lois and Clark. Just Lois. Bing, bang, boom. Shortly after Soup's death, we see multiple new Supermen. Or super people. Whatever. The world is confused as to who these newcomers are and which one is the real deal. Spoiler alert, none of them. Duh. So why don't we go over who these Supermen really are? First, we have Superboy. He debuted in issue 501 of Adventures of Superman, a teenage clone of Superman, along with hints of Lex Luthor spice, which would later be revealed. He sports some nice shades along with a killer jacket. Not very fond of the name Superboy, but he isn't really Superman, is he? Then we have the Eradicator. What kind of a name is that? Sounds like the opposite of Superman, doesn't it? The Eradicator debuted in issue 687 of Action Comics. Essentially, the Eradicator is a Kryptonian AI made to protect and preserve Kryptonian culture. He uses Soup's body to form his own and became a Superman replica. But more mean? Who would have thought AI could be so inhuman? Now we have Steel. John Henry Irons debuted in issue 22 of Superman, the Man of Steel. Originally, he was an engineer who created dangerous weapons, was saved by Superman and became inspired by the Man of Steel, then built his suit to protect, rather than build weapons of destruction. Sounds familiar, no? He shows how Superman inspires others and doesn't fight for the title of Superman like the rest of our Supermen. Finally, we have Superman himself. Wait a minute, something's off. This looks more like a cyborg Superman. Cyborg Superman, or Hank Henshaw, debuted in issue 78 of Superman. This half-human, half-robot claims to be the real Superman rebuilt with Kryptonian tech. But the dead scientist Hank Henshaw is actually the mind, or brains, behind the facade. Oh, we also have a Supergirl, but she's not really Supergirl, and she just shows up now and then to help. She also carries Superman later, so yeah. Supergirl, but not Supergirl. Weird stuff, different story, whatever. While the Supermen are out and about fighting over the title of Superman, our golden boy Kal-El, the real Superman, awakens, powerless. He finds himself in the Fortress of Solitude, where the robo-servant dudes explain what happened and what's going on. Superman didn't actually die, but rather entered a healing coma. His body was placed in the Fortress of Solitude's regeneration matrix, where the Eradicator preserved him. After hearing what had been happening while he was dead, he puts on his new black suit along with his manly mullet, which grew in his healing process, and goes in the Kryptonian battlesuit to go fight the new big bad. Who is the new big bad, you may ask? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because you'll never guess who it is. Cyborg Superman. I mean, come on, look at him. Glowing red ominous eye. He literally looks like half a Terminator. How could he not be evil? Anyways, Cyborg Superman is working with the evil alien warlord Mongol to take over Earth and turn it into another war world. They wipe out the entirety of Coast City, home of my GOAT, Hal Jordan, better known as Green Lantern, and begin to fight with the other Supermen. The whole world still thinks Cyborg Supes is the real deal, which allows him to fool everyone and bring Superboy into the fray, where he defeats him and holds him captive to lure other heroes in and keep some out. Superman makes his way to Metropolis and reunites with his suspicious Lois, who doesn't entirely believe that he's the real deal. That reunion is then cut short when Superman and Steel, along with the stealthy Supergirl, head to Engine City, where Coast City once was. Cyborg Superman launches a missile, which Superboy leaves to go stop successfully. Superman and Steel, along with the stealthy Supergirl, break into Engine City and kick some bad butt. Might I mention, Soup's power is slowly coming back to him. Anyways, entering the atmosphere is Green Lantern, who discovers his home is gone, along with all the people. He heads to Engine City to see what's going on and discovers Superman and the others. Ultimately, he breaks an arm and takes down Mongol. Back to Superman. Supes is kicking butt with his black suit, long hair, and big guns. None literally, big guns. After some real Rambo action, Supes dukes it out with Cyborg Superman and is getting pounded. Things are looking bad until Eradicator shows up and takes some serious damage for Supes. This energy blast, or whatever you want to call it, helps power up Supes to the point where he kicks Cyborg Superman's butt. After the final battle at Engine City, Superman returns to Metropolis, where he rescues Clark Kent, who is really a shape-shifting Supergirl who isn't Supergirl? It's weird, I know. So Superman is back. All is well, right? Right? Not really. Coast City is gone. 7 million dead. Green Lantern? He's not looking too good. But that's a story for another day. What matters is Superman is back, baby. With the mullet. Steel and Superboy continue to build their own paths as new heroes. Lois and Clark get to live together again and eventually get married. This story showed everyone that Superman can be beaten. Superman isn't unbreakable. It went and killed the man, the myth, the legend, but brought him back with more character, more passion, and more strength. Superman died, came back to life with a killer mullet, and won everyone over again. And yes, I did make this video as an excuse to show you a bunch of pictures of Superman with a mullet. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified when the next video comes out. Comment if you enjoyed the video and give me feedback on how I did. Also, feel free to comment on any ideas or topics you would like to see a video on. Special thanks to my cousin Melody for providing me better resources to make my geeky videos. Thank you. Frankatron signing out. Love y'all.